He left her body on the mud floor. Her legs were stiff. Flies crawled on her face. No one knew what to do. In our village, over the red clay road, lived a man named Sanko. He was a farmer. Every day he worked his small field. He grew millet and cassava. He had 2 children and a wife named Aisha. One year, malaria came. It spread fast. Aisha fell sick. She shivered all night. The healer gave her roots and boiled bark. He said, "Give her water and rest." But Sanko did not care. He said, "She will not waste my good soil." When Aisha died, he put her body by the cooking hearth and left it. The village women whispered. They said, "This is not right." They tied their wrappers across their faces. They would not enter his courtyard. They said burying the dead was respect. But Sanko did not listen. He said, "I have work to do." He kept planting seeds. That same week, his goats fell ill. They stopped eating grass. Their eyes were dull. One by one, they died. The children cried, "Father, save the goats." But Sanko said nothing. He blamed the pests. He moved on. At night, he heard cries from the courtyard. A soft voice called his name. He woke and saw nothing. He thought the wind made the sound, but each night it grew stronger. It sounded like Aisha's voice. He hid under his blanket. After 10 days, the village chief visited. He sat under the tamarind tree and spoke softly. "Sanko, your wife's body must be buried. The spirits are angry. This is how disease comes." Sanko stood and kicked at a rock. "I will not waste my soil on her grave." The chief said nothing more. Soon after, Sanko fell sick. His head burned like fire. His stomach hurt. He vomited under the mango tree. He called for water, but his wife's unburied body was still on the hearth. The children ran away, afraid of the sickness. A young healer, Mina, came. She laid her hands on his chest and said, "The spirits of the dead weigh on you. They ask for land and a grave." Sanko pushed her away. He coughed and spat mud. "I am strong. I don't need your roots." The next morning, Mina returned with the chief. They carried tools, hoes, and sharp sticks. They went into his courtyard and dug a shallow grave. They wrapped Aisha's body in a mat of straw and laid her down. They covered her with clay and called her name 3 times. They prayed for her spirit to find peace. Sanko watched from his hut. His body shook with anger and with cold. He felt something leave his chest. The fever's fire went out like a burnt stick. After that, life went on. He paid the price for Aisha. He lost his best goats. He fell ill again and again during the rains. He cut back on planting. His field lay empty half the season. A few seasons later, Sanko married again. He found a young woman, Fanta, in the next village. She had soft hands and quiet eyes. They married under a blue sky. The village watched. They remembered what Sanko had done. Many thought he had learned, but he had not. When Fanta died giving birth, Sanko took her body to the edge of the field. He said, "I will not waste my funerals twice." The children wept. They ran to Mina. They begged her to help. Mina told the chief. The chief told Sanko, "You must bury Fanta next to Aisha. You owe them rest." Sanko refused. He said, "They are gone. They leave me only with trouble." The chief shook his head and left. The women filled baskets with stones. They said, "We will watch. We will bury her if you do not." But Sanko beat the drums loudly and chased them away. That night, heavy wind broke roof tiles. Rain soaked the granary. The millet rotted. Sanko woke to the sound of water on mud. He ran out and saw the empty granary. He shouted, Who did this?" He found footprints leading from Fanta's body to the back door. They stopped at a broken stick. Sanko backed away. He heard a soft cry. He did not see Fanta, but her voice came clear. "You owe me." Sanko ran into the hut. He grabbed a lamp and held it high. The flame flickered. He swore he saw Fanta's shape in white cloth. She pointed at him and disappeared. The next day, Sanko refused to eat. He sat by the hearth and stared at the wall. He said the goats were hungry, but he did not feed them. He said the field needed work, but he did not go. His body wasted. His eyes grew hollow. The chief came again. This time he brought the old mortuary man. He said, "Prepare your wife, Sanko. Let us give her the proper sending off." Sanko shouted, "Leave me alone." He threw a hoe at the mortuary man. The hoe hit mud and broke. After that, no one went near his courtyard. The children stayed away. The women whispered prayers as they passed. No one brought Sanko water when he fell in the path. He lay there until the sun burned his back. Months passed. Sanko was still alive, but he sat alone under a tree. He held a calabash of water and rocked back and forth. He whispered, "Forgive me, Aisha. Forgive me, Fanta." His voice was thin. One morning, the villagers found him dead by the tree. His body was cold. His hand still held the calabash. They carried him to the spot where Fanta lay half covered. They dug a grave deep and wide. They said 3 prayers for Fanta and 3 prayers for Sanko. Then they covered them both with clay. After the rain, the field grew green. The goats returned. The millet stood tall. The children ran barefoot in the village again. The clay road dried in the sun, but no one forgot. Around the hearth at night, mothers told their children, "Respect the dead as you respect the living. Bury those you love. Land and water, know every step you take.